for those who are new to this thing, I wanted to start out by explaining a thing that is very hard to understand, which is why this everybody lied about me thing is happening so often. How can all these people coming against an abuser have the same experience? Well, I'm going up to have the exact same experience right now. I sent out 60 pages of evidence, compiled over a year, painful to compile, that my dad has been abusing kids since he was 18, 19 years old, probably dozens of them. Not a single person in common friend groups with my dad responded. And I can tell that means they're basically gearing up to spread rumors about me, which is fine. I know I'm going to draw scrutiny myself. I just hope it helps somebody. But going a bit more into depth about this, and there's a good side and a bad side to everything. So the good side of this is hopefully I'm going to be able to help some people notice what's wrong. I'm still glad I did it. But anyway, so the scapegoat, if a scapegoat in a narcissistic family environment, they have never been taught to take care of their image, to interact with people well, to look good, to control their image. I always thought that anything I tried to do to control my image, as a kid, even stuff as simple as like brushing my hair, was something selfish and manipulative because I pushed so hard to not be like my dad. Scapegoats don't build up social networks and social support for themselves because they don't know they're supposed to. They don't know people want to talk to them. Even 3 or 4 years ago, I had problems with, which I just have recently learned my way out of, where I would assume people who came up to me and tried to talk to me were just doing it to be polite, because that's what I've been taught. And there's people who try to make friends with me, maybe like a few times every month for the entire time I was in high school, where I didn't know they actually wanted to talk to me. So I would just not respond, thinking that may as well not. Yeah, I think you get the point. And like I have undiagnosed autism spectrum disorder, so it can be the person is going through any possible effort to raise their kid in a way where they will be easy to make stuff up about the kid if they ever need to, because it's supposed to be the default distraction. But there's so much more adding on to that, because like a scapegoat's relationship to looking different as well. Different. You would never try to make yourself look bad for any reason. To most people, it's the simplest thing on earth to kind of, I don't know, take care of their image. But you link, I'll talk more about that in another video. Actually, I'm just going to skip that for now. But you might not think there can be any. Well, once you know the signs of a scapegoat, you can see somebody who is a scapegoat in a narcissistic family environment just by how they behave in a classroom for one day, or in a group for one day, because social support, it's like food, it's like water, it's as basic as that. And a scapegoat has a really particular relationship to it, where if you were a narcissist who wanted to find one, you would know exactly how to find them. You have to keep in mind predatory people. There's research showing that like thieves, who are not very intelligent type of predators. They pick up on very subtle signs. Like it's been found if your gait is asymmetrical, you're more likely to get mugged by looking at video footage. It's actually been found that asymmetrical coordination of like your hands and legs and arms when you walk is actually it's a pretty good measure of a lot of your cognitive and physical fitness and age and stuff. And you probably your reaction time because of your neurological health, and they get so used to it that they can see things like that. So you're not taught any boundaries. You're not taught what boundaries are. You have to learn them yourself, maybe in your 20s, because your entire family is kind of confusing you about them. And then when you go out into the world, you surround yourself with really dishonest and fake people. Being around somebody honest feels weird. You don't know how. It's different from anything you've been around. So, these people they offend lots of people accidentally without knowing it. Because, like, one of the groups I sent information towards about my dad, for the entire time I've been, well, I'll just say that. But yeah, they've often offended lots of people. They've often made themselves look weird in a way that makes it easy to lie about them, because they may actually have acted out in some way that's not great, and it adds on so much potential to make stuff up. And the acting out it's normally more minor than it's made to be, but it's like it sends a very strong signal to people. Hey, look, because I'm not taking care of my social reputation at all, if you want to make up anything about me, you can. And that's what's going to happen with me, because my dad's main supporter is a billionaire who forms Mormon studies, and I came forward to a Mormon studies community knowing that everybody was going to lie about me with it, and it's already what's gearing up to happen right this second.